Have you ever encountered a truth that's just so pure, so unyielding, it leaves absolutely zero room for interpretation?
Huh.
We're talking about ideas that don't just challenge your assumptions, they kind of dissolve them,
Right.
forcing you to look at yourself, at the world in a totally new way.
Exactly.
Today, we're taking a deep dive into some ancient wisdom that promises precisely that, a really direct, unvarnished path to understanding your true nature. It asks you to reconsider, well, everything you thought you knew about freedom, existence,
Yeah.
you name it.
Indeed. And the material we've gathered for this dive, it reveals a profoundly radical teaching. It comes primarily from the sage Ashtavakra, but you can feel its echoes in the experiences of many other enlightened masters throughout history.
Okay.
So our mission today is really to unpack these insights, give you a shortcut maybe to being well-informed with some surprising facts and maybe those aha moments about, the very fabric of existence and your own place in it.
Okay, so let's unpack this then. When we talk about spiritual teachers, lots of names come up, right? Each with their own style, their own approach. But what makes Ashtavakra so radically different from, say, Krishna or even Buddha? The sources we looked at, they highlight that his wisdom is like pure mathematics.
Yeah, that's a striking comparison.
Like 2 + 2 are exactly 4. There's no poetic license, no allegory, definitely no room for your own spin on it.
Right. Unlike, say, Krishna's Bhagavad Gita, which is often described as quite poetic.
Yes, and even political sometimes in its ability to sort of adapt and fit different people's beliefs.
That's a key point. What's really fascinating here is the sheer uncompromising nature of Ashtavakra's clarity. His directness, it actually demands an unconditional self-dropping from you, the listener.
Self-dropping, meaning?
Meaning you just cannot approach his words with your pre-existing beliefs or your, carefully constructed interpretations or even your usual intellectual tools. It doesn't work that way. The teachings, like in the Ashtavakra Samhita, they leave, and this is a quote, no way to distort or twist it.
Wow.
Which makes writing commentaries almost pointless because it speaks so plainly to the core truth.
So it's just there, stark, naked truth.
Exactly. This pure, unadulterated expression is noted as being incredibly rare. Some say it never happened anywhere before, nor has it ever happened again in quite the same uncompromising way.
That's quite a claim.
It is. And there's even that powerful story, it may be symbolic, that Ashtavakra made his full statement before he was even born.
Before he was born.
The legend emphasizing this inherent wisdom, suggesting it wasn't acquired, but always present. It kind of surpasses other masters' birth stories in its symbolic weight.
That is a powerful statement. A wisdom so pure it requires dropping everything you think you know. But, that brings up a really interesting human challenge. How do we even recognize something so profound when maybe we've seen its humble beginnings, when we feel we already know the person or the situation?
That's a fantastic question. Our sources talk vividly about this, the seed versus the flower perspective.
Seed versus flower.
Yeah. Think about the people who saw Jesus just as the son of the carpenter Joseph from Nazareth, or even Buddha's own father, apparently, who struggled hugely to accept his son's enlightenment later on.
Because they knew the seed.
Exactly. They knew the seed, they were familiar with that initial form, so they struggled to believe in the, let's say, the radiant flower that blossomed later. It's a very human resistance to transformation, isn't it?
It really is. We get stuck on the origin.
And this distinction is absolutely crucial. It reflects two kind of fundamental ways we perceive truth, or really anything new.
Okay.
There's the distrustful, rational, skeptical way, which relies only on what's visible, what's measurable, what's familiar in the seeds, the empirical data, the known history.
The safe way, maybe.
Perhaps. And then there's what we could call the way of trust, the way of the lover, the devotee, the heart filled with empathy. This way sees the flower first in its full glory and then travels backward, acknowledging the potential that was always there, hidden in the seed.
So it requires a different kind of seeing.
Precisely. To truly see, to grasp these profound truths Ashtavakra points to, sometimes you need a different kind of eye. Remember that old Sufi story?
Which one?
Majnu. When asked to describe his beloved Layla, he famously said, "To know Layla, you will need the eyes of Majnu."
Yes.
It's not just poetry. It suggests that to truly grasp these deep spiritual truths, you need a transformed inner vision, a shift in your very mode of perception, one that goes beyond just intellectual analysis.
So this radical shift in perception, this unconditional self-dropping, what does it really mean for us practically? It seems to point to this incredibly powerful yet maybe initially disorienting idea. You are not of this earth.
Right, which sounds strange at first.
Yeah. Our common understanding, who we think we are, it's so often rooted in our physical body, our personal story, our job, our nationality.
All labels.
Exactly. But this teaching suggests we're more like the horizon. We're the earth representing the body, the material and the sky representing our true, boundless being they appear to meet.
Appear to me, yes.
But in reality, they never actually do. You are not your body, not your constantly churning thoughts. You are the inner sky.
The inner sky. I like that.
A small particle of light in the infinite sky, destined not just to reach it, but to actually become that infinite sky itself. It's about remembering our true, expansive nature.
And this illusion of separation, of being limited to just the body and the mind, it's profoundly tied to the ego, isn't it?
It seems so.
The sources we're diving into, they depict the ego almost like a disease.
A disease, that's strong.
It arises from identifying consciousness with some other thing, anything external to our true being. Think about it. Wanting respect, striving for endless success, fame, or even doing incredibly arduous things like climbing Mount Everest.
Things we see as achievements.
Right. But often they stem from this deep-seated egoic desire for external validation, for a sense of separate accomplishment.
Okay.
Lao Tzu, another great master, has this really counterintuitive insight here. He says something like, wish for success and you will fail. If you really want success, never wish for it.
That's paradoxical. Don't wish for it.
It implies detaching from the outcome, from the ego's need for it. He also suggests, no one can insult me because I don't want respect. Imagine that freedom.
Wow. That dissolves the whole basis for feeling insulted.
Exactly. It dissolves the ego's grip. And similarly, these ancient texts refer to passions or desires, Vijay, as poison, Visha.
Poison. That sounds quite negative.
Well, it's not saying desire itself is inherently evil. It's more that consuming these passions, letting them define us and run our lives, makes us die again and again.
Die to what?
Die to our true deathless nature. We get constantly distracted by these temporary wants and fears, forgetting what we inherently are.
Which brings us right back to Ashtavakra's central message, doesn't it?
It does. The profound message. You are the one observer of all, and in reality, always free.
Always free. But okay, it's crucial to understand what he means by observer, right? It's not just being a passive spectator.
No, definitely not.
Like, passively watching other people's lives, getting lost in a movie or a football game. That kind of watching often means forgetting yourself completely.
That's a great point. There's that wonderful story, remember? The dog in the mirror palace.
Oh, yeah. Barking like mad.
Barking endlessly at its own reflections, right? Mistakenly believing there's a whole crowd of other dogs attacking it, when in reality...
it was just itself, all along.
Precisely. Yeah. And that's our mind, isn't it? Projecting fears, desires, judgments, illusions onto what is essentially empty space. Creating a crowd of others where there is only one consciousness.
So being an observer in Ashtavakra sense means...
it means your eyes are on the seer. Your attention is on your very self, on the consciousness that is perceiving, rather than being lost or fixated on the external objects or even the contents of your own thoughts.
Ah, okay. Turning awareness inward.
Exactly. And this state, crucially, isn't about actively dissolving the mind and ego as if they were real, solid things that you need to fight and destroy through forceful effort.
Which is what many paths seem to suggest. Effort, struggle.
Right. But here the idea is different. In the very act of witnessing, of just turning that pure awareness inward, you begin to find out that they never existed as separate, substantial entities in the first place.
Never existed.
As independent realities, yes. It's a profound realization. It's like switching on the light in a dark room.
And the ghost?
The ghost you were terrified of turns out to be just a shirt hanging on the wall.
Ah.
Your fear, your perceived mind, your ego, they were projections. Temporary constructs of imagination. And this realization, Ashtavakra emphasizes, is an insight. It's not something you earn through worthiness or years of rigorous austerity.
Why not?
Because that would be like making even godliness a commodity in the market. Like a transaction where you feel you have to do something difficult to get freedom.
Right, like it's for sale.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, this is simply about recognizing what already is right now.
This wisdom, then, points to a truly, well, revolutionary idea. One that really turns many traditional spiritual paths on their head, which is You are already that which you are seeking.
Already, not in the future.
So it's not a destination you need to travel towards or a state you need to achieve after years and years of effort.
There's literally no need to delay even a single moment.
Oh.
Freedom is described as a leap, a quantum leap.
A quantum leap, so instant.
It happens now or never. It's about radical immediacy.
Now or never.
And the sources we've studied, they really emphasize that enlightenment is uncaused. It's described as a grace, not the predictable result of some linear process, not a business deal where you put in X amount of effort and get Y amount of enlightenment.
That challenges the whole idea of spiritual striving, doesn't it?
It does. Look at Buddha's own journey. It's a powerful illustration of this paradox.
How so?
Well, after 6 years of untiring effort, intense meditation, severe asceticism, really pushing himself,
The stories are intense.
he suddenly experienced that nothing can be attained by doing. He realized all his striving, all his doing, was actually getting in the way.
The effort itself was the barrier.
In a sense, yes. It was only when that doing completely dropped, when he ceased all effort and simply was just sitting under the Bodhi tree, that enlightenment happened. It arose spontaneously.
Wow.
So the error, you see, isn't existential. You're not fundamentally flawed or lacking. The error's only in memory, or in your arithmetic, as one source puts it.
In your arithmetic.
Right.
Like a calculation mistake.
Kind of. If you're looking for 4 chairs, convince there are only 3. But there are already 4 chairs in the room. You don't need to add or remove a chair.
You just need to see correctly.
You just correct your perception, realize they were there all along. This radical, immediate shift is precisely what Janak the king experienced with Ashtavakra.
Right. Janak's story is central here.
He woke up not through gradual, laborious steps, but through a sudden, immediate, total recognition of his true self, prompted by Ashtavakra's words.
Okay, so if it's all about realizing what already is, and freedom is this quantum leap,
Yeah.
what about practices then? Like meditation? Are they just pointless?
Not necessarily pointless, but their role might be different than we usually think.
How so?
Our sources describe meditation not primarily as a means to achieve enlightenment, but more like a medicine.
A medicine? For what?
Perhaps for calming the agitated mind, for clearing the dust from the mirror so the reflection can be seen clearly. It can be taken in different flavors, too, for different temperaments. Yeah, like meditation involving action for someone very active, or focused on thought for the intellectual type, or involving emotion and devotion for the heart-oriented person.
Okay, that makes sense. And what about, the outward symbols, like wearing specific clothes, say orange robes, or using a mala, prayer beads? How do these fit in with such an immediate, purely inward realization?
That's a good question. These external practices, they're described beautifully in the text as signposts or maybe milestones on a journey.
Signposts pointing the way?
Exactly. They provide a reminder, a direction, a frame for your intention, perhaps, but they are absolutely not the destination itself.
So they can help.
They can help awaken courage, maybe. Aid in remembering your being, continually bringing your attention back to the present moment, back to your true nature amidst the distractions of life.
Okay.
But beyond these specific practices, our sources profoundly underscore the importance of, well, tenderness and feeling over pure, dry intellect.
Tenderness, that's not a word you hear often in these contexts.
No, but it's there. Feeling is deeper than thinking, we learn. Even embracing tears is seen not as weakness or just sadness,
But as
a powerful indicator of the ego melting, a connection to the fire of love, which, it said, will cleanse you and bring total transformation. It's about the heart opening.
that's a beautiful perspective. And what about surrender? Is that also immediate or?
Surrender, interestingly, isn't presented as this dramatic all-or-nothing event you have to force. It's more like a gradual, gentle process.
How so?
The analogy used is learning to swim. You don't just jump in the deep end, right? You start near the shore where you feel safe. You build your courage. You gradually venture deeper as trust grows.
So it's a tender yielding, not a forced conquest.
Exactly. A softening, a letting go, little by little.
This whole deep dive, it also really prompts us to rethink the word religion itself. It's such a loaded term, isn't it?
It really is.
Yeah.
Fraught with cultural baggage, misunderstandings. We usually associate it with specific rituals, customs, institutions, maybe dogma.
Yeah, things you do or believe because you belong to a group.
Right. But our exploration of these profound teachings, they make a very clear and I think crucial distinction.
Which is?
Religion, in this deeper sense, is that which gives support to everything, which holds everything.
Holds everything, like a foundation.
Yes. It's described as the invisible thread that strings together all of existence. It joins us to trees, the moon, and stars. It joins stones and pebbles to the sun. It's the unifying principle, the universal fabric itself.
Wow, that's a much bigger concept.
Much bigger. Culture, on the other hand, is seen as mere conditioning. External habits, traditions, beliefs that are acquired, learned, and can therefore be changed or dropped.
So true religion isn't about those external things.
Not primarily.
Hmm.
True religion in this context isn't about your day-to-day lifestyle choices or following external rules. It's about your pure existence, your nature, the inherent awareness within you. So a truly religious person, from this perspective, doesn't follow imposed rules from outside. Their discipline is self-discipline. It flows spontaneously from within.
Ah, from that inner knowing.
Exactly, leading to an inner order, a harmony, that contrasts really sharply with the anarchistic tendencies and the fragmented unhappiness that often come from an ego-driven life.
Yeah.
It's an inner alignment that subtly transforms everything.
And all of this, it culminates in that astonishing realization, right? Dramatically shown in Janak's immediate awakening with Ashtavakra.
Yes, his exclamation is so powerful.
He cries out, "Amazing! I am innocence, I am peace, I am awareness, I am beyond nature, I have been fooled by illusion all this time."
Such a direct recognition.
And then he asks that profound question, that ultimate cosmic query.
The big one.
Just as I alone illumine this body, do I illumine the universe too?
And this is it. This is the realization of the universal form of the observer, the ultimate insight.
Universal form, meaning?
Meaning that on the surface, yes, we appear as separate individuals, distinct from each other, distinct from the world around us. But in the deepest core of our being, we are completely one.
One.
Fundamentally indivisible. The analogy used is beautiful. Waves, foam, and bubbles are not other than water.
Ah, they look separate, but they're all just water.
Exactly.
Well-
Their essence is identical. This phenomenon, it's sometimes called a gestalt shift in Western psychology.
A gestalt shift.
Yeah, where the very same reality can appear totally differently depending on your perception. To the ignorant, it looks like infinite variety, separate things, endless division.
And to the wise.
It appears as a single vast expanse of unified being. The entire world, as we typically perceive it, with all its myriad problems, conflicts, and divisions, it only exists from, quote, ignorance of the rope.
Ignorance of the rope. The snake analogy again.
Right. Seeing a terrifying snake where there is, in reality, only an inert, harmless rope. When knowing the rope comes, when true seeing dawns the snake, the world perceived as separate from our being, as a source of fear and suffering, simply disappears.
It wasn't real to begin with.
Exactly. It's about recognizing I myself am the culmination of existence, and that the meaning of life, the source of all joy, all peace, isn't out there somewhere to be found or achieved. It's deep within. Always.
Which leads to that ultimate, most powerful declaration.
Yes. I bow down to myself. Imperishable am I.
Bowing down to oneself, that's radical.
It is. It signifies recognizing your own divine nature. And in this incredible journey, the master, like Ashtavakra, doesn't actually give you anything you don't already have.
They're not adding something.
No. They serve more as a catalytic agent. They create an energy field, perhaps, a profound space of clarity that helps you remember your own lost and forgotten potential, the truth that was already within you, just waiting to be recognized.
Yeah. Wow. What an incredible deep dive that was into the very nature of existence, our place in it. From Ashtavakra's really uncompromising truth to Janak's sudden profound awakening, we've explored this truly radical idea that fundamentally we are already the truth that we seek. It's already here.
It is. So maybe consider this provocative thought as you go about your day.
Okay.
What unseen overflow of truth, what boundless freedom might you be missing in your own life simply because you're searching outside, searching in achievements, relationships, experiences, when the real treasure of pure knowing and unconditional freedom is already inherently within you? What might truly happen if you dared to just wake up?